beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Atlanta Falcons. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away, and we are underway from Atlanta. Matty Ice, Matt Ryan, the 34-year-old quarterback leading out the Atlanta Falcons. And while the Falcons haven't had the season that they were hoping for, let's focus on Matt Ryan and what he accomplished this year. Became just the 10th quarterback to hit 50,000 career passing yards. He also had his 300th career passing touchdown earlier this season as well. And he is on pace to top 4,000 passing yards in a single season for the 9th straight year. He has a streak dating back to 2011. So even though he'll be 35 in May, Matt Ryan can still work that right arm.
Check 25! 57. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Space. 57's Mike. Mike 57.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. His throw incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver, but it'll be second down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Second and 10 now. Ryan. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Ryan. Complete to Jones. A gain of 6 there on first. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Wait! 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Protein spill.
A first carry for the tailback, Devontae Freeman. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now Ryan on first down. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. On the counter, Devontae Freeman. he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Ready, blue 80, blue 80. 36. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there. Let him go.
Quick throw from Ryan here to Ridley. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. Ingram's got the 1st down and more. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good,
yeah.
Backside guys,
meh.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable game.
A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Ingram. And some room to run now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Well, when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front, and then maybe climbing to the 2nd level, that offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the 2nd level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
Yeah, making those linemen work with a couple blocks. They look good doing it there. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. And for Jackson, this may be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. After the penalty, it's Ingram. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. 2nd and 5 now. Jackson got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Nick Boyle there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Hey, orbit. 48 to Mike.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They'll run on 1st down. Ingram. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, let's get back to the playoff picture. We talked about the AFC. Let's look at the NFC. That race starting to come into focus. We know most of the teams. Seahawks, 49ers, Saints, and Packers all in. Vikings in good shape. How do you handicap this race? It seems like anyone can beat anyone.
I think you're spot on, because if you were going into the playoffs with these teams that we're going to talk about, who would you make the absolute favorite? It could be anyone, right? It could be Seattle. It could be San Francisco. It could be New Orleans. I know Minnesota's probably going to come in as a wild card. Green Bay will come in as a division champ, it looks like. But bottom line is, Dallas or Philadelphia's got to win the NFC East. And I don't know that anyone wants to go to their home field and play when they have to play in a divisional game. So when you get it all together, and maybe that would be a wild card, I would guess, because they'd be the 4th team in. But when you put it all together, it is absolutely wide open about who wins the NFC and represents for the Lombardi Trophy.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, Charles, while we have a second, we talked about the NFC playoff picture, but I wanted to get your thoughts on a hot topic right now in NFL circles. That's awarding a home game to every division winner, regardless of record. It's happened twice in this decade that we've seen a 7-9 team in Seattle get a home game and a 7-8-1 Carolina team get one. Where do you stand on this? Because there's a scenario where you could have a 13-win team from the NFC West traveling to face an 8-win team from the NFC East.
I know I'm a dinosaur on this one. Absolutely. I love the division champ getting a home game. I don't care what the record is, and I know it sounds wrong, and we're in this society now where everything has to be fair and right. And we would like that, and I would like that too for most big topics. But in sports, it's actually kind of cool when these things happen. Remember, Seattle at 7-9 hosted the defending Super Bowl champs New Orleans and beat them. That big Marshawn Lynch run that we'll remember forever. Carolina 7-8-1, they actually lost at home in their playoff game. So you don't know how it's going to turn. I like division champs winning it and getting a home game, even when the records are kind of messed up.
I'm with you. You're making me smile.
How about that? You and I sitting at the home, two old dudes going, that's the way it ought to be.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
48.
Ryan will throw again. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here's Thomas. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Now we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
To throw is Ryan. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Check 24, check 24. 3-3. Slam. Check 52. 22.
To throw again. Ryan looking deep for Julio. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Go.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. This is brought in by Hardy. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken near the 13. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And now it's 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And Jackson throwing once more. Snead's got it. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. No gain on this defense.
Now Ryan down around the goal line. Caught by Jones. Oh, he's got Julio Jones all alone. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 95 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away, but no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not pump the ball again.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for Mark Ingram there. But it's going to be second down. Well, this is a good window right here, partner, to wish happy holidays to everybody out there in Madden Land. And happy holidays to you and yours as well.
Same to you. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. However you celebrate the holiday season.
Yeah, by the way, speaking of, what is your favorite holiday song? Because I know in the elevator on the way up, we heard Feliz Navidad and you went into the fetal position.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, I feel bad about that because, you know, it's a big hit and all, but it's not my favorite. Silver Bells, as done by Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
My favorite.
That's classic. I'd have to go Burl Ives, Have a Holly Jolly Christmas. Always puts me in a jolly mood.
I love that because when we watch some of the Christmas specials, there's Burl Ives as the narrator.
On third down, Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
And now let's discuss Julio Jones. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Ryan, and that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, Tuesday. Hey, seam 6. Watch the block.
Here's Ryan. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley there to make the grab. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Brandon, what we just saw there were two guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Extra point forthcoming. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and the Falcons score to cap it off. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
That's it, baby. You got work.
And now here come the Ravens. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A gain of 3, 2nd down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, Ingram. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes is won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Mike 48.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Jalen Ferguson coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4.
Blue draw Corker.
To try again after the sack. Ryan, and he will find Ridley. That's complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
Let's go.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 85 yards. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
A little less than 90 seconds to go. This will be an onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Ready? 125. Let's go. Gun.
Here's Ryan. He completes it to Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. 1 play, touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. So Lamar Jackson in the offense. Down by 15. A minute 17 remains. They need 2 touchdowns and at least 1 2-point conversion mixed in there as well. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. It's complete to Snead. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Now it's Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Now Jackson on first down. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. 20. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. They come out here in the eye. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that did